A growing number of Chinese migrants are crossing into the United States from Mexico without visas, taking irregular overland routes across Latin America. Over the course of 3 weeks, Reuters witnessed hundreds of Chinese nationals along an isolated border stretch in southeastern Texas. Reuters interviewed more than 24 of them. All of those interviewed said they got the idea to take the land route on social media and drew on influencers, private groups, and comments to plan their trips.
The people here, the police here, I think they are very kind, and that's the America in my head.
Frustration boiled over during a fiery city council meeting as residents and aldermen disagreed on how taxpayer dollars should be used when it comes to migrants.
Ultimately, $51 million in funding was approved to help care for asylum seekers in our city.
Casey Cronus has the story now from City Hall.
Passed in a 34-13 vote. That money will go toward housing, food, and other resources for new arrivals. But the decision did not come without contentious debate.
The bottom line is, we're a sanctuary city. We've been bragging about it forever. We did nothing to prepare for it.
Since last August, more than 8,000 migrants have been dropped off in Chicago from the Texas border, with shelters and respite sites overrun.
Families have been living on the floor in police stations. This is unacceptable.
But those opposed to a massive budget amendment are questioning how the city can suddenly come up with so much money for new visitors when local communities remain neglected and homeless individuals are sleeping on the streets.
How dare this mayor and city council have the guts to give migrants $51 million.
During the city council meeting, the public weighed in.
We have not gotten anything for our community, and we are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Enough is enough. And I voted for you, Brandon.
With tensions running high, arguments and interruptions were frequent.
I would ask that you would do it with some level of decorum. I believe that we can have public discourse without demonstrating the worst part of our debates.
That $51 million covers the remainder of a projected $102 million that it will cost the city to care for migrants through the end of June, with the rest coming from the state and federal governments. But it's unclear what will happen when this money runs out. Reporting from City Hall, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back. I wanted to come on here to discuss the total of disgrace that the city of Chicago has shown for its people. Okay, the U.S. have just approved $51 million to house immigrants in the city of Chicago. Now, I want to be very, very calm and taking my approach on what I'm about to say and the solutions possibly for things such as, and just go over it with you guys, or for those who are listening, whoever has an ear, on what to do. This is very intense, and it's very disappointing, because not only is this unconstitutional, but it shows the treason and betrayal of the people. I believe that the sanction was progressed back in 1985, so it was some time ago. However, it is still in effect today, which pretty much sums up why they were able to do this. However, this is not only a disaster, but it's going to increase the influx of taxes, for one. So those who are already struggling or trying to find a way to catch up, they're going to also have to find another way to catch up because of the amount of inflation that can potentially happen. I understand that they need somewhere to sleep, they need somewhere to be, and I sympathize with those sentiments, absolutely. I don't think anyone who is witnessing this can be insensitive and say, oh, forget them. It's not about that. It's the principle. We have a homeless crisis in the city of Chicago. We have a food crisis. Okay, they just shut down 2 major stores on the south side of Chicago that pretty much resourced the community for those who didn't have a lack, or for those who had a lack, excuse me, to get back and forth to the grocery store. But what I'm simply saying is, it's all wrong. There are so many injustices that are happening right now. On top of everything, I believe that this city, this country, but in this case, the city should really focus on its residents. Because bringing someone else here when we already have a sinking ship, it's just, it's not helping, it's not conducive, not productive, and it's negative, and you know it. Everyone knows it. I went through tons of comments on these outlets that are reporting the news. So many comments. You got some people saying you voted them in here for this and let them stay. You have some people saying this is what we asked for. No one asked for this. You have some people saying that they are coming here to make it better. I find that highly offensive. I don't bank on people playing with my intelligence like that, because it's an insult to my intelligence. Because if that was the case, it would be better where they were and they wouldn't be coming here in the first place. They come here for the very same reason, for the very exact thing. This is history repeating itself. Because they heard of opportunity. Opportunity. This is not just something that is against black people, that are going to affect black people. This is going to affect everyone. Like I said, I sympathize with the people that are on their way to the States. However, there's a right way to do things, and this is not it. Lawsuits need to take effect. This is a harm on people's mental health. This is a harm on the economy. This is a harm on everything you can think of. America has no room to accept just anybody just to come over and just eat and just be fruitful and marry, possibly, or a conviction to society, whoever, whatever's to come, we don't know. That's not my point. What I'm saying is something has to be done. This is not okay. The people did not vote this in. If that was the case, there wouldn't be all type of processes when you come here legally. I know people that have paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay, of immigration attorneys to come to America, to live here. Just for people to come here across for free, that's not fair. It's not just at all, not for them or for us. Because 50 years from now, they'll be preaching the same tune. America sucks. America this, America that. They hurt my family. They took me out. We don't have time for those eras. We don't. Someone, okay, needs to get it together. Someone needs to, I don't understand how this happened. It's not just a soapbox. It's not just a rant. The math's not adding up. Chicago has betrayed its people, and for these people that came here 2 seconds ago telling us how we should jump on board with something like this, no, for what? Do you even look and see? Do you see what's happening? Are you witnessing what's going on? Do I need to sit next to you, Peter, so you can add this up? Do you see what's happening? You see how white people are, quote, blamed for everything? This is literally total blame, total disaster for the ones who open their mouths and they sit here and they say to the people, just be okay with it. And then they say, oh, well, what are you going to do about it? Well, sitting here not talking about it, not conversing, trying to even bring up the topic or show up to the conversation is not going to help either. So us voicing our concerns, ranting, it is working. It is helping because this is an issue. Y'all better get y'all money, okay? Y'all better get y'all money. I would sue the states. I would sue the city. I would file a lawsuit. I think we should petition to have this looked into. All of these things that should have never happened to begin with, where people are just able to just float here easily. It's disgusting. When you see people sleeping under homes, when you see people don't even have food to feed their children. And then people say, well, why did you have these children? Yet you open up the doors for other people's children to come here for free, off of our backs. And then now they say, oh, the slavery, no, this ain't about that. This is the principle. This is treason. This is unconstitutional. Chicago, wake up. And it's a shame a woman has to come and speak for. I don't like putting myself out here and explaining things like this, because I feel like I should just be able to honestly relax. I go through enough, and we all do. I'm not discrediting anyone. That's why I'm bringing this up. Something needs to happen. But this is crazy. For those who are on the outside looking in, reach down, follow your heart. Americans can't go anywhere in any other country and sanction their city like this. It's an absolute hell no. They cannot. So why do you feel like it's okay for people to do it to us? And I'll leave it with that. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.